You know those random thoughts that pop into your head like, what if I just wandered off the path? Yeah, turns out that's not always a great idea. A few weeks ago, I went hiking in this massive national park a couple hours from my house. It's one of those places where the trails are well marked. You're supposed to stick to them unless you're a hardcore survivalist or something. I'm definitely not one of those people. Anyway, it started as a normal hike. I had my water bottle, my phone, and a peanut butter sandwich. Nothing fancy. The trail was quiet that day, which was nice at first. But after about an hour, I got this weird feeling, you know? Like when you know someone's watching you. Even if you can't see anyone, I kept looking over my shoulder. But there was no one there. Just trees and the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. Then I saw it. A tiny, almost hidden path cutting off from the main trail. It wasn't marked on the map, and it didn't have a sign or anything. It was just there, overgrown with weeds and branches like no one had used it in years. Naturally, my brain went, hey, let's check it out. Because apparently, I hate myself. The first thing I noticed as I stepped onto the path was how quiet it got. Like, too quiet. No birds, no wind, no rustling leaves. Just my footsteps crunching on the dry dirt. But the deeper I went, the harder it was to convince myself to turn back. It was like something was pulling me forward. After about 10 minutes, I found this clearing. It was small, maybe the size of a living room, with a circle of old stones in the middle. They were blackened, like someone had lit a fire there. There was something in the ashes. Small, round objects that I swear looked like bones. I told myself they were just sticks or rocks, but my gut wasn't buying it. That's when I noticed the carvings on the stones. They were symbols, all jagged and messy, like a kid had scratched them in with a knife. Except they weren't random. They had a pattern. A weird spiraling pattern that made my head hurt the longer I stared at it. And then, out of nowhere, I heard it. A voice. It wasn't loud, more like a whisper, but it was right next to my ear. "You shouldn't be here," it said. I whipped around, expecting to see someone standing there, but there was no one. Just trees. Except, they weren't right. They felt closer, like the whole forest was leaning in to watch me. I don't know how long I stood there, frozen, but eventually, I forced myself to turn back. I didn't run, though. Something told me that running would make it worse. So I walked, trying to ignore the growing sense that something was following me. When I finally made it back to the main trail, everything felt normal again. The sounds came back. The birds, the wind, all of it. But here's the thing. I know that path wasn't supposed to be there. I checked the map when I got home, and there's no record of it. I even looked on forums to see if anyone else had found it. Nothing. I haven't gone back to that park since. And every now and then, when I'm alone at night, I hear that whisper again. You shouldn't be here.